We have David Groner joining us again with the Acadiana Elder Law Clinic. David, it's been a minute since we've seen you here on Acadiana Live. Remind us what you guys do at the Acadiana Elder Law Clinic.
Absolutely. So this is a nonprofit organization. It was created by two of the top state financial planners. And what they realized in planning estates for their clients is that many didn't have a trust and they didn't know anything about a trust. So when one of them found out that I was an elder law trained attorney, they asked if I would come speak to some of their meetings. And I did, and the response has just been terrific. And more people are like, why don't we know this information? Why aren't more people talking about it? So they decided to create, with me, a nonprofit organization called the Acadiana Elder Law Clinic, just to help educate the public on how a trust may be the best way to plan for your estate planning.
Now, you obviously have your segments here on Acadiana Live and Meet Your Neighbor, but you also do workshops throughout Louisiana. At these workshops, what are some of the most common questions that you get?
Well, no doubt the most common question is about how does an irrevocable trust work? And when I say irrevocable trust, that's the Medicaid protection trust that I speak so much about. And the reason, it sounds kind of scary when you say irrevocable, but once I'm able to explain to people what it really means and how they still have a lot of control over their estate and how they can still use the benefit of their estate, they realize this is really a good tool that they need. So a lot of people are asking, well, what happens once I put my home in the trust? Can I sell it, or what happens then? And the answer, of course, is yes. The trust can sell your home, buy you a new home. If you want to downsize, which a lot of people do as we get older, we don't want to cut the grass. We want to move closer to the grandkids. So that's what you would do. You'd have your trustee, who's generally one of your children, to sell a home and go buy you the new home or the garden home in the trust, and then everything stays nice and protected. It's bulletproof, and you are free from having nursing home expense, from having creditors sue you. It's just a great way to transition your estate to your children.
And what about the trustee? After you appoint a trustee, do you have the freedom to change that in the future?
Well, that's another concern that people have, and they ask me a lot about that. But in the trusts that we do, you can change the trustee. Not that you would, because it's generally your child that you love and they love you, so it all works out great. But you have that control. So if for any reason you need to, you have that control in the trust where you control who the trustee is.
Now, we talked about the workshops that you do here in Louisiana. How can we keep up with where your next workshops will be?
So Acadiana Elder Law Clinic is on Facebook, and we also are on the internet, acadianaelderlaw.com. So if you go to that site, generally you can find out where the next seminar will be or workshop. And I generally do one or two a month near the Lafayette area or in Lafayette, and then I do some in Houma, New Orleans, Baton Rouge. So I pretty much do South Louisiana at least several times a month.
If you guys watching would like to learn more from David and the Acadiana Elder Law Clinic, you can visit their Facebook page to keep up with where future workshops will be held, or you can visit the website on your screen, acadianaelderlaw.com. We'll be back after the break with more Acadiana Live.